one day I had enough gumption to go over to the Consumers Oil Company where she was working. And I don't know if I asked for a date or what I did, but we got together, and it was on and off after that for a while.
I nearly
Finally, we clinched her.
fell off my chair when he showed up. I mean,
Well, did you know Lloyd?
did I know him?
Did you know of him?
Oh, yes, through church.
Uh-huh.
It was through church that we knew each other, right?
Church functions.
So then one thing led to another, and Marie being the baby in the family here, suddenly there was a wedding.
Well, yeah, and Paul, you know, he was fussy about his kids. He didn't want any of them to be married anyway. He wanted them to stay here. But he figured he would be a good provider, I guess, and a good guy, so he didn't say too much.
No, he didn't say too much, is right.
Nothing you want to repeat, is that it?
Yeah, right.
No, he didn't say anything. That's right.
So when were you married? What year?
1953, July 19th.
July 19th? That's
46 years.
2 days from now, we'll have our 46th anniversary.
Well, then I can tell you 46 years ago today, I was carrying stones from the riverbank to mark where people were supposed to stand
I
for
bet
your
you
wedding.
were. And I wonder if they aren't still there.
I probably still are.
Yeah.
I remember it was a wonderful day like this.
Beautiful.
Lots,
It's a beautiful day.
lots of days. And then how did the family begin?
It didn't take long. About 10 months after we were married, we had twins.
Twin boys.
Twin boys, Dean and Donovan.
Dean and Donovan.
Anniversary, we had 2 children.
My
On our
goodness.
second anniversary, we had 3.
And who was number 3?
Diane.
That was Diane. And then number 4?
Was Delroy. 4 years later, we waited 4 years.
Well, you waited.
And then 4 years more came Denise.
Then Denise.
So we have 5 children.
5 children. How many grandchildren?
14 grandchildren.
And I think they're just about all here today, aren't
They're
they?
all here. They're all here.
Well, where have the families gone to live now? Because they're not all at your farm, I know.
Dean is home farming. He's our standby. He's not married. Donovan and Delroy have moved to Colorado Springs. Diane lives in Andover, Minnesota. And Denise lives 1 mile from us.
So you see Denise quite often and you see Dean every day.
Every day, yeah.
Well, Lloyd, the farm there in Carlstead has been the base for lots of family, lots of growth, lots of kids. I know, I was there the other day.
Yep. The farm has increased in size. When my grandfather homesteaded there, it was 160 acres. They got that from the government. Now it's considerably more. But farming is getting to be a tough job.
Tough job.
But the Lord has been good to us. We've gone through thick and thin. And all the children and grandchildren, they're all healthy.
And serving the Lord.
Yeah.
All Christians. In their own church. And the grandchildren.
I know faithfully.
And we've had the grandchildren there for 2 weeks now, and mother is still holding up.
She's still
She's had a
holding
job.
up. Well, I've got just 2 questions I need to ask as we go through here. Marie, when you were growing up on the Olson farm, what kind of trouble did you manage to get into, or were you just the good girl?
Got into trouble.
Never got into trouble.
My Paul, I was his baby, and I never got in trouble.
Never got into trouble.
I suppose if she did, well, he overlooked it, I imagine.
Yeah, I just didn't let that happen. Well, I can tell you that the Johnson family is just, it's a family of incredibly solid, quality, talented people who kind of set a pace and an example for the rest of us to follow. It's kind of hard to keep up with them. They're a joy to be around, and I know when we'd visit in Carlstead, Marie would always have fresh potatoes boiling, whether it was morning, noon, or night.
That's about it.
How about the buns?
And the buns. Oh my gosh, those buns. But as we enter back into the reunion here, a lot of people want to visit with the Johnson family. What kind of words of wisdom could you give us here on this tape when we watch this, when we get back to California or other parts of Minnesota? What would you like to tell us?
In the times that we are living in, My suggestion and advice to anybody is to make sure that they're calling an election sure, so they know where they're going to spend eternity. It's the only thing to me that makes a difference. That's my advice.
And
That's what we do. That's
Well,
what we live for.
thank you, Johnson family. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you.
Thank you, Eugene.
Thank
Okay.
you, Eugene.
Well, we're here toward the end of the reunion, and we haven't had a chance to interview Harriet. Harriet, like we've said earlier today, is kind of like everybody's other mother, because she would kind of be our mother when everybody was gone. And joining Harriet here today, on the left is Elaine Elling, and on the right is Nancy Olson Anacabby, who is here and emceed our show today. So, Harriet, when was it you came to the farm?
This farm over here,
This farm.
when I was 2 years old, 19, something like that.
So 1919, that's right when Ma and Pa bought the farm.
Yeah.
So you were the first one here.
I don't know, but I imagine so. If you came over here.
Where were you born?
In Malung, just a little bit west of that direction from the school.
In a
It
someone's
was a
home?
house, a Johnson house.
Uh-huh.
Different people had lived there.
So Harriet, then how many brothers and sisters did you have here?
Oh, 2 brothers, 2 sisters.
And who were they? When were they born?
Evelyn, Marie, Lloyd, George.
Lloyd and Joel. So Nancy, as you remember growing up down the road here, and you'd come down and work with Harriet, how would Harriet teach you things? I know how she taught me things.
Well, you were very,
There was no way you could get after him. I don't know.
Harriet wasn't, I don't remember her ever being a disciplinarian type. You know, I don't remember that at all, but she was the kind of person that was always there. You know, I made it so nice for
Can I say what I remember? Yes. You know what I remember about Nancy? See, Joel drove school bus, and she wasn't ready for school yet. But she was all ready. She had this red snowsuit on, and Pa insisted that she come with Joel over here. So here's where she was early in the morning.
In a red snowsuit?
And we didn't think Irene cared, but I guess she did. They left.
I was so glad I got to go.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We look forward to her coming in the morning.
What was Nancy's nickname, Harriet?
Tiger.
Tiger.
I was
Yes.
hoping everybody would
I-
forget that name. It was a hired hand that worked here. His name was Orlin Eckroat.
That's right. She was with him.
Because it must have been I was here all the time, under, moving.
You were moving. You were again.
I was moving.
That's right.
Yeah.
Orlin, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a hired hand here, I guess.
So Harriet, how would you keep Elaine in line? What did she do to get into trouble?
What did we do?
What did Elaine do?
Wasn't I perfect?
What did she do? In the during the day?
Was I in trouble?
Well, I don't know what trouble. How did you play together?
Well,
The only time we wanted them to come take a nap, they didn't want to do that. So what-
napping and eating were no
yeah.
fun.
Did they come in and eat? Stay out of the mud? No, they didn't stop.
Elaine had fun at nap time.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Her back. She'd
Aha!
always say, "I'll tickle yours when we're done," or when my turn is over, and she'd
Never
be
did.
sleeping.
I owe Nancy big time, I guess. Well, you better come out and collect.
Well, I remember when she came when she was only, I don't think she was a year old when Evelyn came with her. She had a beautiful pink coat and bonnet, Came and set her on Ma's bed.
That was the
Early
summer
in the morning.
Marie got married, that summer.
That could be.
That was the first summer I was
Yeah.
there. So they tell me.
Okay.
How about that? Well, I'm anxious.
You know what?
What?
I got to tell this. When I moved to town, I was about 8 when we moved to town, 8 or 9, and I missed this place so bad. I'd come to the guest house where Harriet worked on Friday night and sit in the booth till she closed, eat French fries and pumpkin squares, and wait till you close and they come home with you.
Yeah.
We turn the TV on. It would be about 11:30. First of all, we'd go to the riverbank and go to the bathroom.
Yes.
We didn't ever go behind.
We couldn't realize how awful it would have been for you to leave to a new place like that. Wayne, he talks
Oh,
about
they had it worse. At least I got to come out then.
Yes.
And then she'd get her ice cream pail of rollers out, and I'd brush her hair and set
Yeah.
your hair. Then we'd go up and read Junior Trails in the bed, and I got to wear. Everybody got this beautiful tomato red nightgown. It was silky. Oh, we'd find that in the drawer,
Yeah.
and we'd read.
And read. Well, at least you were satisfied with that.
When you got to sleep with
I said
Harriet.
it when I was at David's. It was Sally and Mary. Oh, they made braids all over my head. Braids.
But sleeping with Harriet, that was the prize. Whoever got to sleep with Harriet, it was really,
Well, they
you
must
were
have been
it.
pretty still. I know when Judy was sleeping there, she just put those legs down or the mice are going to bite you.
I know. I never stuck my foot outside the
I
cover.
don't think you, Kate.
Oh, I didn't, because even my foot
You
out.
might. No.
Mouse.
You know, you also knew, how did Harriet greet babies? Harriet, what do you do with babies?
With little babies.
Here.
Yes. Show us what you do with little babies. Just like that. Yes.
Not only babies.
I don't.
Who does that?
That was the baby's shoes. Look, the toes on that shoe.
Oh,
Yeah.
she still bites you this day.
Dollar.
If you don't get a good bite, it's not complete.
I need to hear about a trip to the ridge to pick berries in the back of the pickup truck.
Eugene, you should be talking.
Oh, Harriet, tell us what you used to do to get all the kids in the truck.
You talking then?
Oh.
I shouldn't have said
How did
that.
was it a hassle to get us all in the back of the pickup?
No, so we all wanted to go.
Paul screamed a little bit. No, I don't think so.
Put the mattress in.
Yeah.
The tarp.
And we had a
some
tarp
stuff
over?
in a tarp over.
The
Yeah.
scarves in the hair.
Oh,
The
always
scarves.
the
Yes.
Oh,
And your dirtiest clothes.
I'm surprised. And Evelyn, you know, really, deep down, I don't think she was so excited about doing that. What choice did she have?
She was a good
work.
sport.
Of course, when we didn't do that, we left the kids at home, like Judy, Pete, and Eugene, and I don't know. And we went to Fallen, Evelyn and I. To visit Art and Sylvie.
And you left us at home.
Well, many places we went, but we saw that you go to bed first.
Just left us
I don't think you stayed there.
with Mont Ha.
Yeah.
All
don't
right.
think you stayed.
That's their outing. You were.
Yeah,
That's when they
our
went to
outing.
Haparanda.
Yeah.
Aparanda.
That was Haparanda.
I need to know, how many people did Harriet teach to drive in their first time?
Oh, boy.
How many did you teach to drive?
Oh, I don't know if I taught so many.
Yes.
I'll tell this story, Harriet.
Teach themselves.
One time on the way home from church, you let me drive the '57 blue Ford. We came home at 35 miles an hour.
How old were you then?
Oh, I was about 9 or 10, I don't know. I was about that old.
Now they ask me if they can drive at 6.
Yeah, but I think this was a plant. I think you did that because I wanted to drive again, and you'd say, well, no, maybe next week after church.
Yeah.
And I never got to drive again, but I always went to church.
Promise is promise.
Now, wait a minute. I always got to drive after church.
Oh,
And
man.
it was a stick shift. She'd pull over right over to the side of the highway, and I thought, oh, this is my
Yeah,
moment.
this is my-
And you slide over, and you're little, but you can kind of see out, and you have a 3-speed on the steering column.
Yeah, but this is when we had something up. What did we do in the church lot, you and I?
Oh, man, this is Harriet. Now, should we tell the
You were
secret
sinners,
finally?
I tell you.
Harriet, you better tell it. Because I'll...
Well, it was nothing. How come we were in the church? What were we doing there? Did we just drive in?
This was,
It was
just
all
a few
ice.
years ago.
It was ice all over, just ice. We drove into the churchyard. Elaine was driving. She said, let's spin around. We did. What if we had hit a chunk
We-
of
we-
ice and tipped
Harriet.
over? Us too.
We spun out many times in the church parking lot. This was fairly recently, and we thought, we're never going to tell Joel because he'll never let me come back. But now you know. So I'm sorry, Joel, but we're still living.
Well, Harry's been a few car incidences. Tell him about your car incident when you woke up in the middle of the air.
Yeah.
Evil
When I went off the road,
Yes.
I woke up, really, it was in the air, but then I hit the mud hole.
Harriet, where were you and how long ago was it?
Where were you and how long ago was that?
Oh, in '82. It was when we were going down to your folks' anniversary. But I did go.
It was 92. 92.
Okay.
'92, I mean.
And you were coming down the Malung Road? And what happened?
I must have fallen asleep. I've been sleepy many times, but I never died like I did.
How fast were you going?
I don't know. I did. You know this thing by Art Erickson's, before you get to their turn, coming from there, there's a little pole,
Uh-huh.
a little iron thing
Uh-huh.
with a light on it. That's the last thing I saw. I knew I was in this. I said, my God, and I stepped on the accelerator.
She flew over
That's
the
the
road.
brake.
Well,
So you're trying to fly.
But they said it's a good thing. I don't know what I would have hit the culvert. This one went over it.
And you flew how far in the air?
Joel said, you should see what I did. I ended up in the other field in the mud.
She did.
That's a very
You
steep
can see
ditch.
it on the car, yeah, it's a little.
It's a little bent.
Oh, I thought it was it. No, I didn't think about it then. I just knew something was wrong.
And somebody was watching over you.
right.
That's right.
Somebody hit that accelerator.
And
Jackie was out with the horses. I was wondering what I was doing in the field in the mud. And so she came with the four-wheeler. Said, can you get out? Oh yes, I can get out. Pretended I was. Oh, I said, has Ruth got an aspirin I can take?
And then you were in the
We
hospital.
just went. Well, oh no, and then we went to the emergency. Karen, Jack told me to Karen, or whatever, and then they can pick me up and I went to emergency. But they just, you know how they do. I didn't have any broken bones. It was on Sunday. It was on Sunday.
well, here they're testing your legs, and what had happened, you
I went
compressed
home
these
to
vertebrae in your
Irene's.
back and your neck.
I went home, went to bed. You know, I didn't really took any clothes off. Irene. But then, I don't know what, I was in bed, and she came in there to see if I was okay, and I was just going to get up and do something. Oh! All it took. So you're going to the hospital.
Oh,
You know, it was nothing wrong. It just was really awful right
I
there.
am sure you landed so
Nothing
hard.
broken.
I have to tell you a story because I was in with Harriet when you went to see the doctor, and Harriet had been given Tylenol
Yes.
in the hospital, and so she had never even taken Tylenol before, so they were giving her all this Tylenol. They did some blood work on her, and her liver chemistry comes back odd. So Dr. Jane, I was in the
You know what he
doctor's
said?
office.
You're like an.
He came over to me and said, "Does she drink?"
Yeah, he did. Like I was a drunkard.
The
how my
secret's
lip-
out. The secret's out.
My liver was that bad.
That's what you do out here by yourself.
See, God answers prayer. He put me in the ditch.
They
would
teach
never
you a little
go to the
lesson there, yeah.
Well, that's when you found out that you had a
Yeah.
thyroid problem.
What a way to find out.
I think Harriet on her own has probably said more prayers for all these cousins than
That worked.
most people combined.
You said you've said more prayers for all of us cousins than everybody combined.
More.
Prayers.
Oh, well, not enough. I mean, I don't mean that you needed that, but I could pray for more praying than that.
But I think she's wasted
some time.
It's still more than any of the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
No, we've been really fortunate to have a prayer warrior in our closet.
That's Harriet.
I thought we had lost them when they went to the other church. I thought, oh, they'll never come back now.
The other church.
The other church. I don't know if you
What's
had gone
the
to
other?
any when you were that little.
Oh.
Yeah. At least you
Oh,
took them
that's
to
the-
church. You know.
Harriet, I have to ask one more question. We used to hear stories about how you went to school in the wintertime
Oh.
by hanging onto the horse's tail. So would you tell us for the tape here?
Or we rode toboggan.
Yeah? And then what would happen to the horse?
Well, sometimes he threw us off on the way home. And he came to the gate here with Ma, wanted a sugar lump, and he left us up there.
And left you out in the woods.
All the
he
sugar
did.
lumps.
Yeah,
I hope he got
I wonder if she wondered where we were.
I dropped him back there a few miles.
You know, it was always so hilly. You've gone down here, Eugene.
Sure.
And Joel would say, drag your feet now. So we'd go and hit the
Bottoms of the
horses,
horse's
you know.
feet.
Who drove the horses?
Joel. And sometimes Lloyd. Well, I did too. When Lloyd got graduated, I said I drove. And they said the Teamster. I didn't like that word at all.
Teamster. I didn't like that word.
No. That was just as bad as when they got after all the Wilsons and the Andersons. But they thought we were just...
Harriet, I want to ask you a question here as we're running out of time and light and things like that, but what kind of a message would you like to leave for us?
For
A message for us.
When we play this, what do you want to tell us?
well, make sure that you know the Lord is your own personal Savior, first of all, and live for Him. Well, the best you know how, you know.
That's Harriet. That's Harriet. That's Harriet.
That's Harriet.
Well, what else is important?
Thank you, Harriet.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to visit here with Irene Olson, Irene Nakamoose Olson. At the end of the day here, it's been a fabulous, fabulous family reunion. And as you know, Irene's done so much of the organizing and bringing all of the program together. So I wanted to spend a couple minutes with Irene and talk a little bit about the real history of the farm. And she's going to share with us some of the real facts and figures. So Irene, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Take it away. It's all yours.
Oh, well,
The farm began, it was started in about when?
Ma and Pa moved here like in 1919, and it was
There we go.
Pa's uncle that they bought it from, Ole Dolene.
Ole Dolene. Did he homestead the property?
No, he didn't homestead it,
Okay.
but it Nate Ellertson, and it was Richard Ellertson that lived right south here where we lived, and that was his place.
Okay.
And this was his brother. And then Halver Erickson, who was a brother of Busk Eric, who we all know, that's where Rocky Point started.
Yeah.
And that's where Rocky Point, came from and everything. And so he must have, we looked through all the papers and everything, and what we can see is that Halver had it, and if he sold it to Ole Dolene, who his name was really Ole Olson,
Yeah.
but he figured there was so many Olsons that he changed it to Dolene, so that, many years people did not know who this Ole Dolene was. So when we finally got that all straight, why, then Ma and Pa must have bought it from him. The papers show, the back and forth. That, in those days, my gosh, when they borrowed $25, they had to put their land down. And so they moved here, and then we have a picture where it shows Ma and Pa and the kids in a Model T Ford. And this Eileen that talked, well, she also has a picture of that same car up at their place. It's at North Branch, or what she said, Stratton, or someplace up there.
How far is that from here?
Well, it's quite a ways. It's, after Badette, and it's before International Falls. So it's probably, 70 miles or something like that. And so here the kids are. Then we had another picture. It was a 1936 car where Lloyd is standing on one side and Harriet's sitting on the bumper in the back. And you can see Marie and Ma inside the car, and Pa and Joel and Evelyn standing alongside the car. And you can see how the house has evolved over the years. windows are changed, and there's a door upstairs now, and the porch on the front. And they used to have a fence here so the chickens would stay out, so they could walk without walking through the squish and stuff.
Yes.
And then about in the 40s or later, because Ma, they still had chickens when we were here, when you kids were here even.
Yeah.
But then they decided to take the fence down, and the posts probably were rotten and everything like that. So then the dog just chased the chickens out of the yard. And I think you kids know that.
And I think we know that too, yeah.
And of course, you know, the cattle, the kids with the kittens in the barn, and they just had a great time. Everybody did. It was work, but it still was fun. And we used to have an old log granary right over here where this new shed is now. And we have one pig left from that.
From that. And that dates back
Oh, that was on the first,
original.
Yeah, it's on the first picture. You see Ole Darlene walking through the yard, and like Joel said, this tree right here got run over by the wagon when they came in here. So you see how it really is a beautiful place. And I have to say that it has to be the love of my life for a home is this place. And I've always thought, you know, what a perfect place for the kids. And always to come back here, always to visit. And I just loved it. Anyway.
It's hard to translate, you know, building and structures and farm into the meanings we felt today when everybody talked about what the farm meant to them. But it kind of transcends that, and like you said, you just love the place because it represents some other things.
Yeah, and so many years and so much love and emotions and just the kids growing up here, you know.
Irene, do you remember how old the barn from your records when it was built?
About 1926 or 28, something like that. They weren't sure when I asked, and then it shows being built.
Okay.
And then in the early 70s, when we had that terrible windstorm, and that's when it was damaged so bad that, you know, they really thought of taking it down because it was, you know, there's a big dent on the west side. But then we had Otis Norman out here, and in heavens, he put it back kind of together enough so that we were still enjoying it.
So we can still enjoy it.
Right.
We've only got a couple minutes left on this tape, and I think you've probably seen more people through this farm than anybody else in your 18 years. Of course, you throw Harriet in there and witnessing everything that's gone on here. I guess part of the questions that a lot of the younger ones have that are here that play and things, they don't see the barn and the milk cows. They see an old building. I don't know if that can be explained, but could you explain it to us? What does it mean? The history and why we keep it this way?
Well, when it's gone, it's gone. And of course, we have the memories of being in there with the cows and cleaning the barn, and the chicken house, the brooder house, we call it, like it's over there now. You can't even see it because the trees have taken over. And they used to be, the chicken house was over west of the place here. Mm-hmm. And that was just, well, the barn, it's so beautiful. When you see it, when you're coming down the road, you know you're coming home. And
you know
everybody knows that barn. And it is beautiful. And the house too. The house over the years, when you see it between the trees here, I'm sure I could win contests with the pictures I have of this farm. And I've taken every aspect, every fall, winter, spring, and every time it floods, I just take pictures to record it.
Well, I'm going to thank you as we're running out of tape here because I think you said it beautifully. When it's gone, and we'd like to keep it as long as we can.
Yes.
And that's kind of what we're going to try to do.
And we'd like to keep it for these little ones that are coming up that we're here today.
Absolutely.
And just think.
Thank you.
Okay.